Hello everyone, thank you for clicking this video. And today I just want to share something about imperialism. So it's gonna be a really short video. So before getting into the concept of imperialism, so what is imperialism? Like we'll see the meaning of imperialism. So imperialism is a political system in which a rich and powerful country controls other countries which are not as rich and powerful as itself. Okay, so it's basically like controlling the other countries economically, socially. So then we'll get into the historical background so that you'll able to understand the thing better. So as I always tell my students, and as whenever I post the video, I always tell you all, like, whenever you read a piece from literature or anything, or book or anything, just go for the historical background because it will help you to understand the text better. Okay, so now before explaining you about what is imperialism, I just want to give a simple historical background. I'll just finish it very quickly. So, like during the 19th century, industrialization shifted the economy of Great Britain to primarily large-scale industries. Okay, so abdi வந்து increase ஆச்சு, and also they came to India as the East India Trading Company. So abdi அவங்க trade பண்ணி தான் they started, coming into India, and after that they started dominating us, and finally they overtook our government and everything. Okay, so and also நம்ம மட்டும்தான் வந்து colonize ஆன ஒரு country by the Britain அப்படின்னா கிடையாது. They colonized more than 50 countries. Okay, they were very popular, they were on the peak during that period. So as you can see in the picture, this particular quote was said by John Wilson, and he states that His Majesty's dominance on which the sun never sets. Like, அவங்க ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக they're telling what in the sense, like more than 50 countries colonize பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ இந்தியாவில் வந்து அது நைட்டாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னா, இன்னொரு கண்ட்ரியில் அது வந்து மார்னிங்காக இருக்கும். ஸோ அங்கே வந்து சன் இருக்கும். இப்போ சப்போஸ் அங்கே நைட்னா இங்கே மார்னிங்காக இருக்கும், இங்கே சன் இருக்கும். ஸோ அவங்க அவ்வளோ காலனைஸ் பண்ணுறனால what are they telling? The sun never sets in their empire அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு they're telling. So such proud they were. And after that நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும், eventually during the Second World War and all, the economy got very down. And also, like, little by little, every country they started to get back their independence. Even நம்மளுமே வாங்கிட்டோம். So அந்த மாதிரி they started losing their power, they started losing their economy and everything and all. So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது என்னாச்சுன்னா, so they left our country. So after that, the process of decolonization has began. So decolonization வந்து start ஆயிடுச்சு, but the effects of British dominance would last for decades to come அப்படின்னு every person was saying. Because even now we have the culture. For example, சொல்லணும்னா பர்த்டேஸ்க்குலாம் வந்து கேக் கட் பண்ணுற கல்ச்சர்லாம் நம்மளுக்கு கிடையாது. நிறைய இங்கிலீஷ் கல்ச்சர் we have even now. So now we are doing everything, like the after effects of the British colonization, even இவ்வளோ இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறமா we even have that now. So அதுதான் they were telling. And moving on to, so it's just a short history. Okay, so எதெல்லாம் வந்து அவங்க வந்து ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல்லாக வந்து எடுத்துக்கிட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா, they started collecting more taxes from us. Think of that, some other country, அவங்களுக்கும் நம்மளுக்கும் சம்மந்தமே இல்லை. We need to collect something when they come into our country, but அப்படி straight opposite, they were collecting so many taxes from us. And they started like they started what my bad, I'm not getting the word correctly. Yeah, spreading. They started spreading their culture, their education and everything. They started spreading everything they had. Okay, so அப்படி இல்லாமல் இருந்தது. And after that, I just want to quote two things from the literature from the age of imperialism. So two things. So imperialismல வந்துட்டு என்ன problem இருந்தது அப்படின்னா, as I told you first day வந்து imperialism in the sense they took control. அவங்க வந்து நம்மளை விட நிறைய திங்ஸில் வெல் டெவலப்டாக இருக்கனால, ஸோ they took control of us economically, கவர்மெண்ட் வைஸாகவும் எல்லா வயசுலையுமே வந்து they took control over us. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய countries they took control. This is the concept of imperialism. Okay, taking control over other countries. So this is imperialism. But what it is acceptable or not, அதுதான் இப்போ வந்து I want to tell you. So when you take this particular quote like from Joseph Chamberlain from the book The True Conception of Empire. So here he tells like we feel now that our rule over these territories can only be justified if we can show that it adds to the happiness and prosperity of the people. And I maintain that our rule does and has brought security, and I maintain that our rule does and has brought security and peace compared to prosperity to countries that never knew these blessings before. What he's telling, நாங்கள் வந்தது வந்து it's a blessing for all the territories. It's a blessing to all those countries that we colonized once அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Because we gave education, we gave many things to them, so it's a blessing. And நாங்கள் வந்து ரூல் வந்து எங்களோட ரூல் வந்து it's righteous அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு he's trying to justify all those things. It's a one thing. And moving on to the next thing from this particular age of imperialism, I will read. The conquest of earth, which mostly means taking it away from those who have a different complexion or slightly flatter noses than ourselves, is not a pretty thing when you look into it too much. This was said by Joseph Conrad from the book Heart of Happiness. So I'm literally sorry. It's heart of darkness. I used to say this very word happiness throughout the days. I'm just getting it. I'm so sorry. It's heart of darkness. Don't get it wrong. What he is telling in the sense, he's from Africa actually. So what he is telling in the sense, Africa were colonized pannanga, and African people, they're very strong in nature, right? They'll be very strong and very brave. So when these Britons, they took African peoples to their own place, and they started making them work as laborers. So in the Madila and that, but what they told the world is like they were not human, they were not like humans, they were like animals அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னாங்க. Because அவங்களுக்கு மேனரிசம் தெரியாது, எஜுகேஷன் இருக்காது, எதுவுமே இருக்காது. Because they were living in the center of the forest and all. So அதெல்லாம் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியல. So when we enter into in their place, they were like animals. ஒரு காமன் சென்ஸே அவங்களுக்கு இல்லை. So we are the blessings for them, we gave them everything, they stated. But he didn't accept it. Because அவங்க அனிமல்ஸாக இருக்கலாம், லைக் இட்ஸ் ஓகே லைக் அந்த மாதிரி அவங்க அனிமல்ஸாக இருக்கலாம், அவங்களுக்கு மேனரிசம் தெரியாமல் இருக்கலாம், அவங்களுக்கு எஜுகேஷன் இல்லாமல் இருக்கலாம். பட் தென் தே வேர் வெரி ஹாப்பி இன் விச் தேவேர் ஓகே. அண்ட் அவங்க வந்து ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருந்தாங்க, அவங்களோட பிலாங்ஸிங்ஸ் வச்சு ஹாப்பியாக இருந்தாங்க, அவங்க கல்ச்சர் வச்சு தேவேர் ஹாப்பி. ஸோ வை டு யூ வாண்ட் டு ஆக்சுவலி சேஞ்சஸ் அண்ட் டெல் த வேர்ல்ட் தட் யூ கேவ் அஸ் எவ்ரி திங் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஹீ இஸ் டெல்லிங், விச் இஸ் வெரி அக்ரியபிள் பிகாஸ் அவங்களோட கல்ச்சர் வச்சு அவங்க ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும் போது someone is getting into their life and making them as a slave and telling the world that we are the one who gave education and everything to these people, in which they don't really need that, right, at that time. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு they are just making their own point. So if you really want to understand colonialism and all, post-colonialism and all, you can go for this book Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. It's a very good book. It will give you a very clear picture of colonization, imperialism and everything. So it will be very helpful. You can go for that. So this is the concept of imperialism. Some of the people, they accepted the British rule, some they didn't accepted the British rule. So நிறைய justifications, நிறைய arguments லாம் இருந்தது. But then what is imperialism in the sense? They took control of the other country. So அந்த டைமில் என்னெல்லாம் நடந்தது, this is called as imperialism. This is a concept of imperialism to understand in a simple manner. So if you all want to understand more about colonialism or post-colonialism, you can leave a comment. So I'll be just explaining on that in my upcoming video. So if you want me to explain anything apart from this, just kindly leave the comment and share it with your friends. Thank you for listening to me. Bye bye. Have a good day.